not gonna let me not finding Prince Charming or me not getting married stop me. Like, I'm going to have kids. Like, I'm going to have children. I don't care if I gotta go down to the clinic and say, I want that one, that one, that one. I'm going to have my children. I remember calling my mom and crying to my mom. I was like, Mom, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna get married. My mom said, take your time. Like, yes, I was married and I did everything right, but she said, I gave you the wrong father. I did it the right way, but I gave you the wrong father. For me,
why would your mother tell you something like that? That is so destructive. And your mother is ungrateful. If I would have heard that, get your ass out the house. 50, 60, however old you is, go survive on your own. You chose the wrong dude. All right, you about to find the right dude.
Besides that, do you feel like you have it all?
hell yeah, I have it all. I got a good wig, I got a good
job. But I still spend holidays with my ex and his family and my children. And that's still keeping the traditional family going in a different sense.
Welcome to Listen to Black Women. I'm L'Oreal, and I'm joined by a whole lot of fun. My girl Jessie Wu right here, Danielle Young, Melissa Ford, and of course, Tori Hart. Hearing y'all talk about everything and like how y'all feel about your futures, and it kind of makes me feel a little left out because I feel sometimes confused about what I want. I do know that I do.
I'm sorry to pause y'all. Tell me why the big girl, she got the least amount of drink. Just saying.
Do not want to have kids unless I'm married. But when I sit and think about it, am I ready? Because I've been in a position where I almost got to the point where I'm talking about baby, and then I really think about it like, I don't know if I could be with this motherfucker for 65 more. I got to see his ass every day, 65 years.
And also, like, getting involved in the entertainment industry really early on, everybody has Peter Pan syndrome. So it's just like, how do you
even choose?
Yeah.
But I feel like, can I offer for you, I think the modern woman gets to choose. Like, I think our mothers and grandmothers and them probably felt like they didn't necessarily get that choice and they went the way of marriage and all the things because that's what it had to be. But because we are so non-traditional as women, we don't have to make that choice. It's not dire anymore. Sure, our uteruses have timelines, but even that there's a breath of fresh air in that, in the ability to freeze eggs and the ability to adopt or to create families in ways that are different and non-traditional.
I always feel like if it's not meant for me, God is not gonna let it happen.
Recently, my aunt.
Do y'all honestly want to be women that are just single, constantly working more and more hours to try and fight inflation, fight an economy that's literally meant for you to fail? Women, do y'all really want that? Do y'all really want to do it alone and just have multiple sex buddies that come in and out throughout the night and give you a good time and leave? I don't think women ultimately want that. A lot of them are gonna settle for it because they're choosing wrong.
Aunt would, because I'm like the last cousin with no kids.
Me too.
Yeah, and they're all like, where are your children? My aunt was like, Jessica, you can have your kids by yourself. You don't need no man. Who my best west side? Just have your kids by yourself.
They done gave up too.
You know, yeah, they gave up. They're like, girl, where the kids at? You know, and I'm not gonna let me not finding Prince Charming or me not getting married stop me. Like, I'm going to have kids. Like, I'm going to have children. I don't care if I gotta go down to the clinic and say, I want that one, that one, that one. I'm going to have my children. That's not the end of the road.
Sometimes, because I was...
Most of y'all can't even do it alone. Why would you just say you're gonna go to the clinic and just, I want that baby and I want that baby? Most of y'all can't afford to do that, let alone survive on your own with a child. That's damaging. And you willing to raise that child up without a father figure in the household? It's just gonna be you? Y'all ready to destroy families.
I was married. I'm divorced. I ended up raising my kids by myself anyway.
Why are you lying?
So you never know how it's gonna play out. So
marriage isn't a guarantee.
No, you didn't. Kevin Hart was still there, Tori. You lying now. Kevin Hart was always there still. He's still there. He still was helping provide for you, whether you get child support or whatnot. No, stop it.
That's not a guarantee.
Well, see, that's something I knew, but that's why I made it clear. That would be an example, like, for me, that I would want to set, like, look, we tried. We was married when we had you. It ain't work. and now his ass is out. I'm saying it based off of experience because my sisters had kids. One of them was married with one of the children, wasn't married with the other. But I saw their struggle. And I do know that the one that was married, he's still around and still prevalent in his child's life.
As a child that came from a marriage, I mean, both of my parents met in church. My father was preaching, my mom was a choir director. Like, she did it the right way. And 2 years ago, I was dating someone. Like, I really thought this man was gonna be my husband. Like, it was just in a short amount of time, he really love bombed me when I look back at it. But I remember calling my mom and crying to my mom. I was like, Mom, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna get married. My mom said, take your time. Like, yes, I was married and I did everything right, but she said, I gave you the wrong father. I did it the right way, but I gave you the wrong father. For me.
Why would your mother tell you something like that? That is so destructive. And your mother is ungrateful. First of all, if she gave you the wrong father, you wouldn't even be here. You wouldn't be who you are if it wasn't for your dad. Like, why would she tell you something like that? Your mother is disgusting for that. To her husband, that's disrespectful to tell his daughter, I chose the wrong husband. Man, get the hell on, man. You know, if I would have heard that, get your ass out the house. 50, 60, however old you is, go survive on your own. You chose the wrong dude. All right, you about to find the right dude. Nah, that's hella disrespectful.
That really stuck with me because I had never heard anybody say that to their kid. I would never just want to give my children the wrong father for the sake of saying, well, we were married first. I would prefer to be married, but more than anything, I would prefer for my children to have a healthy upbringing, even if it's just me.
Modern
What show am I watching?
day woman has so many more options open to her without society's judgment or expectations.
Yeah.
But what does that mean for the Black family?
Exactly.
I think it means a lot of things.
The Black family, which average income, I think as a household is about $50,000, if that. Come on, let's see.
I think, because we also are talking in a traditional sense of heterosexuality here, because there's so many more representations of what family looks like. The modern day woman gets to release herself from those constraints and gets to have a freedom around being a world builder. Everything is just not one way, black and white, but we still hold on to these traditions because that's what tradition is.
I hate to say this, world builder, most women extract resources. That's what they are. They extract, they spin, extract. Which is why this woman is the size that she is. How can you have an average income and take care of this woman in the blue jean, goddamn pants, honestly? How can you take care of that off of an average income? This woman don't even have no self-control with the way how she carry herself off of her physicality. Make it make sense.
You call them constraints, and then you also call them traditions.
Yeah, because to me, tradition does feel like constraints.
They can be constraining. I remember going down a rabbit hole on TikTok with white women talking about being trad wife. There's a trad wife side of TikTok where you have white women telling you that being a traditional wife is not what it's cracked up to be. Even to your point where you were like, well, what does that mean for the Black family? The white family is breaking up too. I think sometimes it's just like, oh, this is a Black problem. No, everybody is going through this. Like, the white women are on TikTok losing their minds, telling us marriage does not give women what it used to give women.
Of course, the white women are complaining too. They're the ones that preach feminism to y'all first. So of course they're gonna be preaching about it. It's not just y'all. Y'all just, I'm gonna be honest, Black women kind of just fell deeper into it on the masculinity side, and I think Black women are a little bit more aggressive than the whites, and that's why it's just a little bit different on our side. But of course, white women, they've been doing it. It's no different. Just because we don't see it and talk about it, it happens.
Anymore. Yeah. Like, again, I'm saying this as someone who does want to be married. But even when I get married, I'm gonna have a prenup. I'm gonna have certain things in line for myself because I'm not marrying you to get out of anything.
So do you feel like at this present time, because you said kids, besides that, do you feel like you have it all?
Hell yeah, I have it all. I got a good wig, I got a good job.
I was gonna ask
I got a good job.
This girl said a good wig and a good job. I wonder what her finances looking like.
Oh
yeah. still work, you know, like I got money in the
It's still
bank, I have
coochie.
my own home, like I have good health. To me, having the freedom to be who I want to be is having it all.
Is this the end or something?
Do you think the modern day family, is it over? Is it different? Is it shifted? Are gone the days that we were electric sliding in the backyard together with mom, dad, uncle, aunt, and cousins?
I feel like it's definitely different. I'm divorced, but I still spend holidays with my ex and his family and my children. So we make it our own modern thing. Because you're still family at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, we're not romantically, we didn't work out, but we are still a family. And that's still keeping the traditional family going in a different sense, in my opinion.
It's evolved. we'll say.
It's evolved.
Man, you thriving off being Kevin Hart's ex-wife. Stop it.
I think it's in a highly transitional state right now with Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Z, and we're wildly different. So it's just like the concept of like the nuclear family and what that even looks like, it's shifting like crazy, you know what I mean? Like, there's a throuple on the cover of New York Magazine right now. These are the concepts of what family looks like.
That's not the normal.
We can stop things like this from happening. Do we want to? Because imagine if you did have children or you have your niece or your nephew and they come to you, they go, look, auntie, I'm about to join this throuple. We about to pull up. Can we come by your house and eat dinner?
Well, you have to just talk to them normal and just hear what they saying, because you want them to feel safe so they can talk to you anyway. So just when you talk to them, just hear what they got to say.
I feel like when it comes to the black family, it always is on the shoulders of black women to like preserve the black family. Black men are not that pressed to preserve the black family. And so I think like with women, part of being a modern day woman is preserving yourself, preserve your children, whoever you have them with, preserve your mental health, preserve your wealth. That's what I'm preserving.
That's the only thing that makes some sense that she said is that, I will say this, the black culture is kind of trash when it comes down to the music. Some of the traditions that mainstream pushes out, it damages the minds of men and women. Women aren't at fault either, it's men also. So I think that if we can change the culture, I think we could possibly change the mindset of the primarily black community.
Preservation.
All right.
That's the modern
What'd you
black
say?
woman.
Self-preservation.
And at the end of the day, the day gonna end.
Right.
All right, so that's it. Very destructive advice. I'm actually shocked, man, that you got black women up here like preaching this rhetoric. I don't know if they fully believe this or they just doing it just for views, but this is scary. Talking about prenups, like, ma'am, most women can barely afford they fucking rent, let alone a prenup. What woman out here getting prenups? You gotta be making substantial amounts of money for. That's why I'm saying the advice she giving is destructive for a majority of women, because a majority of women are not in the shoes that she's in. And I guarantee you the shoes that she's in, she's struggling. Don't let these women up on these panels fool y'all, making them think that just, oh yeah, I'm living life, I'm living good. No, these women are living paycheck to paycheck still. Finances are fucked up. You got guys giving them money behind the scenes. Stop it. Tory Hart, you still got Kevin Hart. Goddamn, you ride his coattail. Stop it. Off of his name. Big girl, it's probably a guy there giving you money. Crazy. Yeah, I want to know what y'all think about this, man, because this is scary. This is scary. This is going to be the foundation of the future black family between men and women. This is the future. Preaching that you have to live in a modern relationship that doesn't go off gender roles. Women can do whatever they want to do. The man should submit to everything the woman wants to do. No, we're biologically different. We have different wants. We have different needs. And to sit here and say that nobody wants to actually play their role correctly is a problem. Like, just because you got a vagina and you make a little bit of money, don't think that you just can survive and everything is okay. You got a lot of women out here struggling, and they gonna need a guy. And I'm gonna just tell you this: as the world changes, women are gonna realize that more and more. Nothing lasts forever. And everything has to have a reset. So I think some of these modern mindsets that come from usually the female side, they're going to change. They're going to change because societies and life can't sustain itself when something is very imbalanced. That's why things change from back how it was, because it was kind of imbalanced. So now it's leaned too far to this side. When I talk about back in the day, I guess you could say men's control of society, to where now we got more feminist control of society. It's gonna balance itself back out because it's not sustainable. Let me know what y'all think about this. Y'all like the video, comment below. This is JayBReacts, and until next time, y'all, peace.